This has been taken care of, right? COVID taken care of?
Here we go. Here we go. Well, the Mighty Five, good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Ridgefield Ice Arena. John Sands here alongside Bart Archer, and Bart is shaping up to be quite a tilt tonight as we got a couple 11-4 teams going at it with each other tonight.
Well, it is a situation where if you're on the Holy Angels side of it, being at home certainly is going to have an advantage. But this Benilde team has been struggling a little bit, and I was talking to Coach Pat Griswold before the game, and we kind of came to a consensus. Either it's a good time to play the Red Knights or a really bad time to play the Red Knights. But once this Red Knight team gets going and gets back into their flow, I think they're going to be a very difficult team to contain. But I think Holy Angels certainly has had a pretty successful year so far. They've taken on most of the comers and had success. 11-4 is both teams' records, so both teams have had success. But I think Holy Angels really, I think the onus is on them for the first 5 to 7 minutes is try to take whatever energy and focus away from Benilde St. Margaret's that they can. If they can do that, then it'll be a pretty solid game. But I promise there's going to be a pretty good pace. But I think this Benilde St. Margaret team is poised to kind of come out of their shell and play Red Knight hockey the way they're used to playing.
And I know it has nothing necessarily to do, obviously, with this game here tonight, but on one of the MN Hockey TV games earlier actually last weekend, when Eden Prairie traveled to Holy Family, it was a section playoff revenge matchup for the Fire. They ended up coming out on top, but Holy Angels lost to Benilde in the playoffs last year in the section quarterfinals. That could be on their mind as, hey, let's get them a little bit of revenge here coming in. And it's been a while since they've actually ended up beating them because the last win they had is 09-010.
Well, but this Holy Angels team has really kind of taken a bit of a turned a corner to a certain degree. They've been getting better and better ever since Pat Griswold took over. Not to disrespect anybody that preceded the Griswold coaching staff, but you can see the culture is changing a little bit. You can see that every shift has purpose. Every effort is put in front, so they don't lose any games because of lack of effort or mistakes. They're getting tighter and they're getting better. But if you look at it, I mean, there is some players that carried over from last year, so I'm sure they're very familiar with that. But the thing about last year as opposed to this year, and this is just me speculating a little bit, is they had one line where they had Owen Newharth and they had young Griswold on the wing as well. And I think they had, I can't remember his name, Caden Phelps, I think, number 7. Or Stephen Blauer, so they had a little bit different kind of flavor to that, but everything was focused on those players. It was like the other lines were just kind of minding the store until that line would come back out. This year it's a little bit different. They don't have really that identifiers. The Hermanson twins have been great. Shaver's been great as well, but everybody's invested, everybody's playing, everybody knows they're going to get their shift, so I think it's more of a team concept this year than perhaps last year, and I think that bodes very, very well for the coaching staff at Holy Angels.
One thing and you've kind of touched on it earlier too, is ever since Pat took over this program, it's been a slow, steady climb. It's been tough at times, but that's what you are going to get when you're a new coach coming into a new program. But the culture, like you said, the atmosphere where these kids are fired up to come into the rink every day. They're playing with a whole different energy than they did right before he took over. So.
Well, and I mean this is a complimentary fashion, but you're getting people not necessarily from a Holy Angels community, but you're getting kids from different communities coming in to play under a team concept. That's not an easy thing necessarily for coaches, but everybody's bought into the team concept. Everybody plays for their teammates, and I think that's very important, especially with private schools. I think Red Knights kind of mimic that as well. But I just think that it's not just Pat Griswold. We don't want to take any praise away from him. But there's the McClellans, the Beauprays, Jared Hummel from last year. They have Troy Zhang coming in and pitching in. So it's by community, coaching community, but they have some good quality coaches that care about the players, and that's where it really starts. So I think that's where the culture changed.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at some of the bigger players this year. You obviously got the Hermansons. They're from that Egan area. Just imagine how good that Egan team would be if the Hermansons were there.
Yeah, but ifs and buts, candy and nuts, John. But I understand your point. I mean, there's a lot of players on Benilde St. Margaret's that might have gone to Edina, and how would Edina be?
Exactly.
But it's just the law of the land. It affects everybody, so you just deal with the guys that you have in the jerseys, and you play your best game. Ooh, they just introduced Carson Limesand. Really one of my favorite goaltenders. We've watched him since he's been a freshman. He's an outstanding goaltender. When he can deflect shots into the corner or control the rebounds, you know he's on his game.
Oh, and that's the one player we've seen literally grow up before our eyes here. Just compared to where he is now, compared to his freshman year, you would you wouldn't even tell that freshman Carter from the one that you see out on the ice today.
Well, the thing about when he was a freshman, he still was very calm, cool, and collected, very poised for a young man. But, now he's got some polished edges. He's got some good shine. He's run into a bit of a rough stretch, but it's not the goaltender. It's more the team in front of him. But I expect a strong showing from him tonight.
So this is going to be, it looks like,
a little different flavor. They have Gavin Reed going with James Callahan, which is a pretty dynamic duo. Reed, a couple assists in the last game against St. Thomas Academy, and Callahan can play all into the ice. So, that's a pretty impressive quintet that Benilde St. Margaret's is rolling out as far as starters.
And you talk about that last game for Benilde. You're going to look to try to get that turned around there. I believe they had a lead there on. Where's that St. Thomas that had the lead on?
4-1.
4-1, and then
they
started trying to chip away at it,
right.
and then they kind of all the wheels fell off a little bit towards the end there, though.
St. Thomas is a pretty good team too.
Yes,
so
they
to
are.
Their defense. But we are looking at Matthew Severson, senior goaltender, 11-4, 2.46, .913 with 3 shutouts. He's really a rock back there. He's coming up with saves. When his team is struggling a little bit, you need your goaltender to come up with that big save. He's been able to do that this year.
Yep, and that's the one thing that even Matt Severson, you looked at his numbers this year and last year, a little bit. He's kind of also growing up the last couple of years too, with right in front of our eyes with doing some of their games last year even.
Well, you can see the confidence in this game too. He knows he deserves to be out there. Not saying he didn't last year, but he just looks a lot more poised and calm and cool. But the defensive back line is George Daravingas, just a freshman, and Jack Bartfield, just a sophomore. So a lot of youth on the back line for the Holy Angel Stars tonight.
All right, Bart, one thing I forgot to bring up and during the pregame was this is a big section seating type contest, too. They're both in the same section.
Well, indeed, and I think that was going to be brought up throughout the course of the night, but the fact that you brought it up, yes, there is some precedence that can be set. A lot of things can really be determined in this game as far as Holy Angels playing against one of the bigger programs. There was a time when Benilde St. Margaret's was rated as high as 3 in the state so far, and they have fallen, obviously run some tough times, but high school teams go through their ebbs and flows, their peaks and the valleys. It's just Benilde's going through one now, but if Holy Angels can pull a win out, that's going to bode very, very well for the confidence of this group moving forward into sections. I think Benilde St. Margaret's really has to have some focus tonight. They have to have some urgency to their game. There is a nice young man on this Benilde St. Margaret team I want everybody to focus on. He's number 10 in the red. I believe he's a freshman, perhaps a sophomore, but his name is Drew Stewart, and he is a dynamic player that has a lot of skill, kind of a fun one to watch. But this is going to be a good one tonight. But they do have, it looks like they have Tristan Sarsland at the center position, normally a defenseman, so they have some size up front, and he's pretty good with the puck as well.
All right, underway here. There's a shot up into the, or couldn't tell if that was necessarily a shot or a pass. It looked like a mistimed shot that just went into
John,
the corner.
and commit to it, right?
Trying to clear it out of the zone. They get it out to the neutral zone there. Picked up there by Adam Marshall. Into the corner it goes. Over there, that's Tristan Sarsland. Back into the middle. There's a shot sent wide there by not by Sarsland. That's Marshall there. Back Behind the net, they're good. Aggressive back check, forecheck transition there by the Stars. And they're going to get it up and out there. That's Noah Hermanson's going to send it down.
Johnny, pretty good energy out of Benilde St. Margaret's. All they're doing is getting the puck deep and really forcing Holy Angels to get back in their zone and regroup. But you have the sophomore and the freshman back on defense, and then you have a big player like Tristan Sarsland up front. He's a big body to handle, so it looks like they might have a challenge in front of them today. But face off to the left to Severson early, just 51 seconds in. But Benilde has shown pretty good energy, pretty good focus. I think that's a good sign for Coach Ken Pauley.
And I mean, that's kind of one thing that those Ken Pauley teams don't usually lack, is lack of energy, especially at the start of the game.
No, it's just maintaining that and being able to sustain that through the 51 minutes has been a challenge.
Yeah, then there's Nelson with it now. Yeah, through that's Padilla. And back to the Red Knights. They're going to clear it through here. There's Jackson Bassan. Into the corner goes the puck. Bassan able to chase it down there. Behind the net is Severson. It goes. Out centering pass, not there. But Thompson, they're able to keep it in for the Red Knights as the puck goes back into the corner. And now control. A couple of Red Knight players go for it there. That's Bjorn Lervik. Shot off to the side there. Lervik again. He's going to get it out into the neutral zone. It's going to be Ben Thompson to chase it down. Good play there by Nelson to keep the puck alive. There's a shot in and a glove save by Limesand. There's our first look at Carson Limesand and net making a nice glove save.
Well, indeed it was, and it was Ryan Welsh with that offering from the left dot. Had some pretty good velocity. A difficult save to make that Limesand made look easy, about a 1.5 foot glove side, but both goaltenders have had a chance to kind of get a feel for the puck a little bit. Limesand with a pretty good save on first blush.
Stewart's going to win that face-off, and he's going to get up to Nick Mikan, and it's cleared out of the zone here. There's the aforementioned number 10, Drew Stewart, out there now for the Red Knights. There's a shot and a nice save there by Severson off the stick of Tristan Sarsland.
Well, now they have Sarsland back on the point. I don't know if Coach Pauley just had that in his mind, but Sarsland, very valuable member on this team, and teamed with Callahan. That's a dynamic duo back in the back line for Benilde.
I mean, you talk about a guy that can switch positions. Sarsland shot there. There's another shot. A couple saves there by Severson, but Tristan Sarsland is a D that has a good enough shot and has a good enough awareness where he could kind of play either side that you need him to.
No, and he's not afraid to jump into the play and make something happen. I've seen him go 1-on-3 and have some success. So he's not shy and he doesn't lack any confidence, but he's a vital member to this Benilde St. Margaret team.
Sarsland shot set wide. He's going to go be able to get that down as it goes off of the backboards here at Ridgefield Ice Arena, home of the NAHL's Minnesota Magicians. Severson comes up, gloves that up.
And Vox of Jimmy Lilladell for the Magicians. If you get a chance to come out and watch him play, it's a pretty entertaining brand. But a lot of play in the Holy Angels zone right now. Not a lot of action going on in Benilde St. Margaret's. That trend is going to have to turn. But we're just 2 minutes and 21 seconds into this game. But, again, a lot of zone time for the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights.
I would imagine if you're Coach Griswold, this is not how you envision trying to just get a fast start. You have to start out fast against Benilde.
No, absolutely. But keep – oh, here we go.
Yeah,
just danced on him.
Who was it? That was number 11, Carter Hermanson. Back the other way, go to the Red Knights now. That's Adam Marshall. Gets it over to Gavin Reed. Now Asher Conley going to get involved in the play here. But coming out quickly with it, here is Schaefer. Nice pass that's Noah Hermanson. And tried to go to Carter there. Couldn't quite get it there, though, and the Red Knights pick it up. Schaefer's going to be able to keep it in momentarily, and now it's going to be cleared out. And on the stick of Adam Marshall, it goes over the blue line. Tries to skate through a defender, not there, though, and here comes Holy Angels in transition. Nice backhand pass up to Hermanson. That's Carter Hermanson. Couldn't quite corral it, though. And Bassan the other way. There's a shot up and into the netting off of Asher Conley's stick.
Well, and that's what Benilde St. Margaret's is really good at. It was Jackson Bassan that gained the zone, the new defenseman in, and it was Asher Conley trailing, let one go from the top of the right circle. Pretty good save by Severson on that one. But Asher Conley, number 21 in the red, a very valuable member again to the Red Knights, as is Jackson Bassan, but a nice dynamic duo right there. But good save by Severson.
Thompson sends it in. A Red Knight player falls down, coming back the other way. Now is Bartfield, and the Red Knights have it now back in their defensive zone. But Eli Padilla there to play it up. But the Red Knights quickly turn it over and go the other way with Bassan now behind the net. Into the corner right near us here. That's Grant Ellings with it. And now the Red Knights turn it over, and Nelson picks it up for the Stars in the neutral zone. And a nice save there, if it really was technically a save by Lime Sand.
No, that was a save, even though it was a wide shot. But if a goaltender's going to get a chance to possess the puck, they're going to take that opportunity. But it was Nelson that came in. Knew they didn't have the foot speed, so at least he got the shot on goal. Maybe a rebound, second chance, because they had support coming in. So not a bad play in that situation.
And now here's back to action here. Nice recognition there by Ryan Welsh to keep it in. Seeing that puck towards that blue line and just able to just step right over and pick up control of it and send it in deep for the Stars. And now back the other way comes Stockman, but he can't get it out, and the Red Knights fail to clear. There's a shot in on Lime Sand, into the corner it goes. There you go, Bart. That's the thing that you know he's feeling confident. He just deflected that one into the corner and just controlling his rebound so far early on.
Right, but look at the energy Holy Angels is bringing on this line. They've really bottled up the Red Knights, and their angles are good, their positioning's good, but they're contesting every play. So far, so good. But you're right, when Lime Sand can control pucks like that, you can tell he's on his game.
Back into the corner here. There's a shot. Sharp angle shot there by Risto for the Red Knights.
Well, I think Severson was squared up and ready for that one, but again, a pretty impressive save. Flash of leather on that one, but a pretty good offering, even from a relatively wide angle. 12:04 left in the first period. We're scoreless shots on goal so far. Benilde with 5, Holy Angels with 3. But Holy Angels starting to show some offensive life, and it came down to that Welch line that came and provided some energy.
I will say I like this better than some arenas that we're at where you could have to take a walk and an adventure just to find the shots on goal.
Yes.
Noah Hermanson into the corner. Deravinga shot safe there by Lime Sand, and there's some more energy. It's starting to pick up in confidence for the Stars.
Well, look at the speed. Look at the determination on Holy Angels. They tracked that puck down, put pressure on the back line, and it was Deravingas that actually jumped in, kept that puck in the zone. I like the offering back on goal, but number 7 in the white, just a freshman, but watch his footwork. He can really move his feet the way you want your defenseman to do it, but he's very active, shows a lot of energy. Does a good job back there.
Carter Hermanson goes down. Now back the other way come the Red Knights with it. Asher Conley into the corner. Now he's trying to get it up and can't. Now it's turned over. Here's Carter Hermanson with Bartfield with him. There's a shot blocked there by the Red Knights. Gavin Reed, a freshman for the Red Knights. Player goes down, puck goes into the corner, going back to give it is Ben Thompson. And Workley quicks it up to James Callahan, but it's the Stars that seat it with Marigat. And Johnson picks it up. Now he's struggling to control it here a little bit. Nelson, nice pass there. Couldn't quite find Eli Padilla. Would have had a good pass there and a good opportunity, just couldn't quite get it.
You got to get that puck deep. You cannot regroup.
And back behind the net goes Grant Ellings with it. And now the Red Knights get it out. Here's Bassan with it. He's got a full head of steam going here. You can't tell me he's not fired up for this game.
No, the pace has picked up, hasn't it, John? A lot of quick plays, a lot of things going on out there. You have to react very, very quickly. That's offside only by a lot. But it was Thompson that brought that in, but it was Jackson Bassan, even with his speed, couldn't get out of the zone. But you can tell the pace has picked up a little bit. I really like what Holy Angels is doing. They're supporting the puck. They're moving the puck very, very quickly. They're putting it to open areas. And Benilde they're such a good, quick, sudden change team and great in transition that Holy Angels has their work cut out for them. But so far they've weathered the battle.
Vegas plays it up. One thing too, that you're noticing Benilde's doing a little bit better than Holy Angels is mucking up that middle area making it difficult for Holy Angels to transition from their D zone to their offensive zone.
And it's always been difficult whenever you play the Red Knights in that respect. Well, Red Knights are very good at transition, whether it be from defense to offense or offense back to defense. It's when they lose that structure, it's when they struggle a little bit. But Holy Angels knows that they have to skate, they have to work just as hard, they have to match the intensity level. So far, they've done that.
And the face-off won by the Red Knights, picked up by Reed. In the defensive zone to Callahan. That's not going to go down for icing. Goalie plays it. 9:54 to go, and it's 0-0 still.
Well, I think he saw Stewart coming in. I'm talking to Drew Stewart, number 10 in the red, came in with a good head of steam, and I think he just would have put his defenseman in kind of a vulnerable position, so he opted to hold on to it and fight another battle. Face off to his right, 9:54 left, and scoreless first.
Nice face-off win there by Stewart, who doesn't look older than a freshman out there, but he's playing smart right now.
Well, he might be a sophomore, but I know he's an underclassman, but he plays like an upperclassman.
Yeah.
He's got some skill.
That was a nice little step through on that face-off win that he did to try to get that shot away.
Yep.
Here's Stewart.
Oh.
Nice pass, though, trying to go to Wallstrom there.
Boy, everybody wants to be Kaprizov now, right?
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, there was a trend where everyone wanted to be Ovi and Crosby, and
It goes in cycles, doesn't it?
you know,
I still love to be either one of them. I'm not particular.
I'd love to have their money.
Oh, well. I would even take the seventh defenseman's money in that respect, John. But it is going to come down to the Red Knight zone. It looks like it's going to be to Lime Sands right, 9:08 left. Shots on goal 6-4. So as much on-air production meeting.
All right, just had a little internet connection issue. Now we're back. Sorry about that.
Boy, that was Jonah Mortensen that had that one time. I think it came from Mike and originated for a pass back to Mortensen. He stepped into one. Severson came out, challenged, squared up, and made a really good save. Not only the initial save, but limited what could have been a follow-up opportunity. But Benilda's starting to get in a little bit tighter, getting a little better shots on goal. But Severson coming up big when he needs to.
Well, before this puck drops, I'd like to say hello to Jamie Kastner watching here tonight.
Hello, Jamie.
Cheering for the Red Knights. Sarsland going to get it, working it with Thompson here. Into the neutral zone still, and now it's going to be retreated back. Nick Mikan to pick it up. And now it's over to Thompson. Off the boards it goes, now back. And is Padilla. Over to Nick Johnson. Sharp angle shot just wide of the mark there.
Boy, he knew where he wanted to go, glove side. Didn't miss by too much, but a good shot on goal. Pretty good look.
Ellings can't quite try that one down. Nelson sends it in. Into the corner, and aggressiveness by the Stars coming out a little bit here. And into the neutral zone, is it Guerin?
Boy, nice pinch by Welsh on that one.
Hard hitting. Good physical, but not like to the penalty level physical.
No.
It's been physical.
Physical with purpose.
Or we're getting told by Jamie that number 10 Stewart is a freshman.
Okay, thank you. I knew he's a youngster, but
Yeah.
they're all youngsters to me, John. But
Yeah.
he's really very skilled, very soft hands, plus he's got good footwork too.
Here comes number 41 for the Red Knights. I'm not sure who that one is. Oh, they scored. Right out in front it goes.
Great call, by the way.
I'm trying to figure out who that Gino Gotti.
Oh, was it? What a
Had
great,
a good setup though.
what a great name. But that if it's Gotti, that'll be his third goal of the season. Every once in a while, he shows up in the score sheet. But he does a lot of good things well. You know, one thing about these players on the Red Knight team is they do a lot of things that don't show up in the box score. The little things. It's just when they stop doing that is when they run into trouble. But 1-0 Red Knights. Now it's up to the Stars to respond.
And we'll see if we can hear the We'll see if we can hear the official announcement on who scored, but I know Gino was involved in the play. I was trying to give him the proper credit for the play, and then I looked down quickly, and there it is. It's in the back of the net.
Well, don't do that anymore.
Well, now that we got it figured out, we're all good. There's another shot wide there.
But notice the energy that the Red Knights have after that tally. Now it seems like everybody's got a little spring in their step, and they have Holy Angels in more of a reactive mode. So Holy Angels is going to need to kind of grab that puck in possession and at least get it deep and make this Red Knight team have to come the full 200 feet.
Yeah, but that's one thing, too. It's comfort zone now that you're on the road and you're out in front. Now you got to take the home team out of their comfort zone and really make them play your style.
Well, in as far as being a leader, this Red Knight team is very comfortable in this position. But coming from behind is a little bit of a challenge for Holy Angels. They can certainly do it. And we have a lot of hockey to be played. 5:28 left in this first period. James Callahan.
So just
So God, he wasn't involved at all. Okay. Well, we don't need to take anything away from him.
No, he definitely played it up here to Garrett.
Well,
so.
Callahan, I think that's his 4th goal of the season so far.
The net comes loose. I almost said the puck goes off the moorings, but it's kind of hard for the puck to go off the moorings.
But we'll settle on the net coming off the moorings. But I think Coach Griswold very vocal about wanting a hooking penalty. I think he had something legitimate to at least talk about. They're not going to make a call after the fact, but it might put up the sensitivity meter just a little bit. So there's a method to Coach Griswold's madness, but that could have been a penalty. So Benilde Margaret's dodges a bit of a bullet, and the faceoff does come outside the zone. So the net coming off the moorings initiated by the Stars.
5 minutes to go, and if you're Coach Griswold, the one thing you'd be is how did it come off the moorings?
Well, it was his player, the continuation.
So Sarsland into the corner. The rebound loose out in front. Shot just goes through the goal mouth area up in the air. Now batted down and played by the Red Knights. There with it is Mortensen. But now the other way goes as they regroup here. Coming out with it, Jackson Bisson for the Red Knights. Out in front it goes. Over to the blue line. Now played back in by the Stars. Here's they're trying to clear the zone here. And we're starting to see it here a little bit as there's a shot by Lervik. Rebound shot, score! Sitting right there. Grant Ellings on the rebound. Nice little read there by Ellings to see that side open and just bury it.
Well, indeed, and it was a pretty good offering on goal. I believe you said it was Lervik that actually made that shot. It got through. It was Severson that made the save, but the follow-up opportunity right to Ellings. And Ellings is one of these high-speed players that can really fly, but he can control the puck in traffic. But obviously he shows that he can shoot the puck as well. Now it's 2-0, 4:06 left. Now, it's not up to the Stars to actually score, but they have to kind of get back into the play a little bit and play with that confidence they had after about the 5-minute mark where they put pressure on Benilde and forced them to come the whole distance. But now it looks like it's Benilde playing pretty comfortably, and they're playing with confidence as well, which is exactly what I think Coach Ken Pauley wanted.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about it early how Holy Angels, they want to start off fast, but on the same hand, you're on the road. You want your team as a road team, Ken Pauley, to start off fast too to hit the home crowd out of it.
Well, Johnny, I don't think there's going to be a coach that says we don't want to start fast, but it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to go out and do it. So far, I think both teams showed up with good energy, but Benilde Margaret's has found the twine twice, and I think the challenge is in front of the Stars to finish with some positives. Just 3:54 left in the first period. Obviously, stay out of the box, keep the puck out of your own net, but put pressure on Carson Limestone and force him to make a couple saves. I think if they can get some good feels going to the locker room, they can start from that, but they're only a couple good shots away. It's just getting the opportunity to take those shots is the challenge in front of the Holy Angels Stars with the final 3:54 of this period.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier said than done, but one thing that you really have to do if you're at Holy Angels is get Carson Limestone trying to go side to side.
Oh, absolutely. Open them up. But you got to get in and be able to do that. But so far, I like the responsibility or the responsible play of the Red Knights defenders.
And they've been playing really good hockey here in their defensive zone. There's a turnover there. They tried to go do a little drop pass to Klein, but the Red Knights read it, intercepted here.
Got to get a shot.
Klein couldn't pull the trigger. And now the Red Knights not able to clear it out. Now it's blocked and cleared out to the neutral zone. And
you got to talk.
Risto, shot, score! And there was going to be a penalty, but I don't think it's going to matter because of the goal.
No, in fact, Risto opportunity knocked, and they tried to go D to D. Didn't see Risto, but he had some. But he had good speed coming through, and he just got to the point where they couldn't catch him. All they saw, taillights. All they saw were taillights. He spread out Severson, went far side, and put it under the sprawl goaltender. That's exactly what Holy Angel Stars did not want to have happen. Now it's up to them to go chip away and get the first one out of the way in the final 3:12.
Yeah, it started off back and forth, and you slowly started seeing it. That Benilde kind of took Holy Angels out of their rhythm a little bit, and now it's starting to pay off.
But see, that was a good answer. Even just that shot on goal forced them to make a blocker save. They can build on that, but they just want to limit the odd man rushes coming the other way.
And there's going to be a penalty.
Oh.
And it's going to be a penalty on,
it's going to
be
be
Carter Hermanson.
Yeah. And that was behind the play, not a penalty that you want to take in the waning moments after giving up a goal. But again, they have the challenge in front of them, and the Red Knights' power play is 31.7, so very formidable.
And they also got Gavin Reed there.
Well, okay, so it's coincidental. So we'll still be 5-on-5. Final 2:56. They might stay in that box until this period's over. That's the thing about coincidentals. It's not just the 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes, then the next whistle. And the way this game's going, it might be till the period break.
I mean, this reminds me a little bit, kind of just this pace of a few years ago. I watched the Lincoln Stars junior hockey game, and that was an overtime game where they were supposed to switch. Never got to switch. Someone scored with like 2 minutes left, and there hadn't been a whistle all overtime. So this is pretty quick pace too, just like that was.
Can happen. It's a beautiful thing about hockey. It can feasibly go 17 minutes without a whistle. Is it likely? No.
And a whistle there, I believe it was offsides.
Yeah, Noah Hermanson was only about 10, 12 feet offsides, but I don't think Schaefer saw that. But he's just trying to make a play. But again, then this is what Holy Angels has done. The thing that I like about their body language is they don't look like they're any worse for the wear. They're rolling up their sleeves and getting back into the face-off dot. So I think body language is pretty favorable on Holy Angels. Obviously a little down, being 3 goals down in the first period, but they're playing like it's a 0-0 game. I think that's very important.
And I mean, yeah, it is 3-0, but it's only the first period.
Right.
It's a 3-period hockey game.
But I think the concern is only 6 shots on goal. They need to get more opportunities than 6 shots. They got to get into the double figures to put some pressure on Limestone and force them to make some saves.
That they do. Back into the corner it goes. Now Johnson be trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. They get it out here to Schaefer. Loses the puck. Now he's going to dump it deep. Limestone to play it. Nice forecheck there by Johnson to keep the pressure on. And a whistle.
We're going to get a slash. I think that's going to be on Benilde. And it might be Callahan. I'm not 100% sure on that. It looks like Callahan's going to the box. Boy, there's another big player going into the box for the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights. But what a golden opportunity it is for the Stars right now to get a power play in the final minute 41. Probably the nice luxury that Coach Griswold can have is he can probably play his ones for the duration of this period and then start, if they do not score, start with his ones again. So there's a bit of a benefit. But on the other side of the coin, Coach Ken Pauley can put his ones for penalty kills and mimic kind of the same process. But 25.4% power play for the Stars, 91.6 penalty kill for this Red Knight team.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have excellent penalty kill numbers for high school.
And power plays as well.
Yep, about 25% if you're one of those like round down numbers or whatever, and then even Benilde at close to 32%. You don't want to give them power play opportunities either.
No, that's a good offering by Bartfield on that one. He didn't take the big windup, didn't take the big clapper, just put it back on goal, forced Limestone to make a pad save, which wasn't an easy save to make, but they got the shot on goal. That's where it starts. You just have to get the puck toward the net.
Well, a minute left here. Bartfield. That shot.
Another good shot.
A nice blocker side save. Bartfield thought about the shot. Now he's going to pass it down. Marguerite's got to be not afraid to shoot that puck from the point. get some traffic out in front just like that. But
Another
another
penalty,
penalty on Benilde.
Severson.
So battles in front of the net, and the coincidentals are out.
So they got a break there. But there's a school of thought. If you already on the power play and they take another penalty, give them the puck. Get the whistle so you can regroup, have the final 36.8, but instead of passing around, trying to make something happen, use the full extent to it. So it's going to be a 2-on or a 5-on-3 in the final 36.8, barring another penalty or a goal or something. But great opportunity for the Stars. They have to force Limestone to make some saves, so get some pucks on the net. But a lot of times when it's 5-on-3, you kind of get a little bit too patient. You kind of change the structure of the way you play. You just have to be aggressive. Ooh, it's a 5-minute penalty. And that's on Sarsland, too, so that's a big bopper in there.
There's a shot by Barfield, and Bart, you talk about this. This could be that momentum changer.
Absolutely.
To get that confidence for Holy Angels. They can get something going here.
But you got to get shots, and you got to get them on goal.
Trying to get it around Barfield.
Boy, look at how aggressive he is off the blue line.
And a player in the crease. Or did the net come off? Net came off.
All right. Well, a little aggressive, and I think that was Hermanson that was actually down, creating some havoc as they've been known to do. They bring a physical presence. They're not easy to move out of the slot area, so I think what they want to do is put the big body in front, get in front of Limestand's sight lines, and put some offerings on goal. It just got a little aggressive net off the mooring, so face off to the right. It's 8.8, still plenty of time for Holy Angels to get a shot.
And now it's number 14. That's Marguerite now working it out.
You got to go quicker than that, guys.
Barfield shot, rebound comes out. That's going to end the period. And it's 3-0 here. And Bart takeaways in the first period.
Well, takeaways in the first period. I think Benilde St. Margaret's answered some questions their coach had as far as their will to play, getting out in front, playing the game the right way. I think the stream to the penalty box has got to slow down a little bit. But I think if your coach Griswold didn't really go the way that you wanted, down by 3 goals going to the locker room, but I think his team showed great effort, great focus, and determination. They won some stick battles. They won some one-on-one battles. Now that's something to build on. Going into the locker room, they have 19 seconds of 5-on-3, and then they're going to have about 4:15 of a major penalty. So there's opportunity knocking at the doors of the Stars. They just have to open the door and make something happen.
All right, we'll come back. We'll get a little wrap up here in the first period. When we come back, it's going to be Benilde 3, Holy Angels 1 after 1. All right, welcome back inside the Richfield Ice Arena here. And Bart, what a interesting end to the first period with that penalty there on Sarsland. He's going to be down for a while.
Well, he's going to be down, but it was an infraction. We've surmised that it was contact to the head, but I don't think anybody up in the stands actually saw it. I was asking the coaches from both sides what they might have seen, and nobody really saw anything. So a little convoluted toward the end of that, but it is opportunity for Holy Angels. Really 19 seconds of 5-on-3, and they have to come out with some energy, but it's just a challenge that Benilde St. Margaret's is going to have to get through, and they have the penalty kill and the wherewithal and the talent to do that. But the challenge is certainly in front of them to pick up their teammate. But having Sarsland off the ice for an extended period and Callahan at the same time really kind of messes with the continuity of the defensive pairings for Coach Ken Pauley. He gave his team a bit of an earful between periods. I'm not going to be privy to say that there's any inside information, but he wasn't happy. He thought that they played a pretty good period, but it seems like he thought they were a little sloppy, a little bit too loose. So look for them to tighten up a little bit. I think if Coach Griswold just says get refocused, get some shots on goal. But again, it's just a couple of situations where they made an errant pass or they stood flat-footed to a certain degree, and that's what created the opportunities for Benilde. So I expect a very active Holy Angels Stars team this period as well.
And I mean, you talk about Callahan being down. He's been a factor in 2 out of the 3 goals for Benilde there in the first half with a goal and an assist. So that's a big player to have down.
Well, indeed, but again, Callahan does so many things that don't show up on the score sheet. So the fact he's on the score sheet means he's being rewarded for hard work. But even when he's not on the score sheet, he's a very vital member of the defensive backline for this Benilde team. And a lot of times he can play some of his best hockey and not be on the score sheet.
Yep, and that's him. And it is, who's the other one I forgot who his defensive partner's been from time to time.
Yakish?
Yep. Yakish does a lot of mucky up things, too, to get other people on the score sheet.
And I haven't seen him tonight, so maybe that's one of the reasons why he's had to kind of juggle the lines a little bit. Callahan back in the play.
And up and out of play it goes.
Now, if you are Benilde St. Margaret's, you've got through the first challenge. You got through the first 19 seconds. Now they have 4 minutes and a second of a major penalty. So if Holy Angel scores, that man stays in the box. Not trying to talk too elementary because I'm sure a lot of people know that. But still a great opportunity for Holy Angels. But Benilde probably got a little energy off that.
And they didn't know. Oh, Johnson's down. A little slow getting up. Bartfield's shot. Lost it. Did Limesand for a second there.
Everybody did for a moment.
Now it's worked around here to Marguerite. Shot into the corner. It goes.
Look where he put the rebound.
Right into that corner.
Yep.
Hermanson shot. No.
Boy, that didn't miss by much. That was just inches.
And that's the one thing you're going to notice with and a penalty behind the play. That's going to drive a coach crazy. He's supposed to be behind the play penalties.
Oh, absolutely. And the whistle, I think it confused everybody. It sounded like a fan in the stands was blowing the whistle. But that is going to be Johnson. He's the one that had the kind of the bad wheel, probably reached out, but it's going to be a tripping penalty. So that's going to narrow it down. But again, Holy Angels don't get down too far because if they can kill this penalty off, they're still going to have 1:27 on the power play. But now it's 4-4, and I think that it's the Benilde St. Margaret's that has a speed advantage, and they're going to take advantage of that with Ellings at the center position. And Asher Conley can scoot too.
Well, this is the line you want out there if you're playing 4-on-4 right now with that. The only other person you might want out there in 4-on-4 is in the box right now in Sarsland.
Well, or Yakish if he was available. There's a number of players that Coach Pauly has on his roster that could fit into that slot.
Connolly takes a shot, saved by Severson. Rebound attempt saved too.
See, those are things that can lift your team a little bit. Those are 2 pretty good saves against a pretty good player.
This is the one thing I love. Here is you can kind of hear the strategy talk about with them because of where we are. We're right above the benches here at the Richfield Ice Arena.
For better or worse, right?
Yep.
That was really nice by Asher Conley to check up and allow some support to come down low.
Thompson shot, easy glove save there by Severson.
Well, I don't know about easy. He made it look easy, John, as you said, but he reached across his body. Pretty good offering, a little higher, I think, than he wanted. So easy for a goaltender to, if he can get his glove on it, he can hold on to that. What you want is a lower shot, maybe kick it off the pads and get a rebound or something like that. But it was a nice save by Severson. And it's 107 left in the penalty to Johnson for Holy Angels and 2:34 left in the penalty to Sarsland for Benilde St. Margaret's.
Face-off going to be won by the Stars. Those often familiar by now to Minnesota hockey fans, road red jerseys for the Red Knights.
It's like the old Red Wings jerseys.
The only difference is no flying tire on them.
That's right. I love the flying tire. I didn't really understand it, but I like it.
And I get little glimpses when you look at the Holy Angels of the old Washington Capitals with the stars on the pants.
See, I like it more of the St. Louis Blues just because of the colors.
Well, that too, but it's the stars on the pants. You know, that's an old Washington Capitals jersey back with the Screaming Eagle.
Oh, my God. I remember those days.
Back when they used to have a young Alexander Ovechkin.
Well, he's still pretty effective being the old guy that he is.
Oh, yeah. And here is Stewart.
Look at that.
Smart play there by Stewart.
All right, now Johnson out of the box for Holy Angels now, so a minute and 26 left on the major penalty. Not very many shots on Carson Limestone. That's got to change. But Benilde being a man down has a puck in the offensive zone playing keep away. That's how you get a 92% penalty kill right there.
Yep, it's just there's just some things. There's an opportunity. Couldn't quite get it on the stick of Adam Marshall there. Going to go and wrap it around, and now Holy Angels is going to be forced to ice it. No icing there. Hard hit there, picked up. There's a shot in on Limesand into that corner again. This time the opposite side corner. Barfield had an open net. He just missed it. And Benilde going to send it down.
Well, again, just the fact that they recognize the open player on the weak side. He got that offering. He was wide, but they got the opportunity. Now they have to kind of work on that and build from that. But Limestone kind of caught out of position on that one.
Yep, that doesn't happen too often.
No, and that's why, I don't mean to pick on the young man. He's always in position, but I think Holy Angels did a nice job of drawing him to one side, putting it over to the weak side. They just missed the opportunity.
Hermanson sends it in, back behind the net. Limesand to play it. 8 seconds left here, and I would say Benilde's obviously, as you can tell, done a really good job mucking up and killing off that time of this major penalty.
Well, indeed. They limited the opportunity, so to speak. We haven't said Limesand's name very many times during the power plays for Holy Angels, and it's not that Holy Angels is doing anything terrible. It just means that Benilde St. Margaret's very effective on the penalty kill, but 8 seconds, still plenty of time to win this faceoff and turn the play toward Carson Limestone and force him to make a play.
Callahan is a little late coming off short time here, and it's going to be successfully cleared off, and Guerin's going to get it out. And there's a shot and into the glove.
Well, and that's something that Benilde can do. They won that faceoff, and they came down with numbers with some good speed through the neutral zone. Really made Holy Angels try to play catch-up. In fact, positioning wasn't particularly great by Holy Angels, but again, when the wheels wobble, it's Severson that picks him up with a nice save. 12:35 left in the second period. Benilde St. Margaret's up 3-0.
And you see the full complement now back out there. Sarsland out there with Callahan. Callahan sends that shot in. Picked up, though. That was number 26, Wallstrom. Had a double take there. I thought it was 16, but it was 26. Wraparound shot there by Callahan. Severson makes a big save, keeping that puck out of the net. And Wallstrom plays it up into the neutral zone. Klein's going to send it in on Limesand.
I didn't mind that at all.
And look at where Limesand sent that puck there, Bart.
There you go. He's making me look smart, doesn't he?
And here's an opportunity.
Oh.
Nice save, Severson. Rebound opportunity, top shelf goal. Right there, sitting on the doorstep, Mitchell Dockman. He gets that rebound and buries it top shelf.
Well, and Dockman can finish, but it was a couple good series of saves, a couple sequences of saves by Severson. And then Holy Angels just started standing. You have to move your feet. You cannot take a moment off against Benilde St. Margaret's, because once they chum the waters a little bit, everybody comes to play. But it was a good sequence of saves. But again, no quit on Mike, and on that one, turned the puck back up and kept that play alive, so to speak. But 4-0 now, Benilde St. Margaret's. The onus is certainly on this Stars team to get something positive to happen. They've been working hard. They just need to tickle the twine. Sometimes that first one's the hardest one to get, John.
Yeah, and Severson with the save there, and that's what it's like you said, that hardest one, especially now you're really trying to battle and climb back uphill against a good goalie.
Yep. Ooh, Ricky Nelson, nice job. He dropped his glove, picked it up in one fell swoop.
And you don't see that too often. It's usually a stick and someone's trying to get that stick and they're fumbling a little bit.
No, but he played, it's kind of gutsy to not have your glove on and play a contact sport like this, especially with a stick in the hands, but made a play. Just a little bit of a little hot on that pass, clearing pass out of the zone, brings it all the way down to Limesand's right. 11-10 left in the second period. Benilde St. Margaret's up 4-0. But I think this Stars team really has to win faceoffs with possession in the offensive zone.
Schaefer had it lost, and now here come the Red Knights back the other way. And a penalty.
Just because they call one doesn't mean they aren't going to call two, so you have to kind of be honest. But it's going to be Callahan once again, interference call behind the play. And he plays with more discipline than that, but the referee flagged him on that one. Now another opportunity for Holy Angels. They really have to – they've been given some opportunities to make something happen. But, again, sound defense, sound penalty kill by Kent Pauly's addition has done a great job. And now golden opportunity is for the Stars to get back into this game. Shots on goal, 21 now for Benilde. 16 for Holy Angels, but those 16, probably 3 or 4 have been pretty good opportunities. They have to build on that number. Starts now.
And they go around here. That's one thing that you can't be too happy about still, despite having such a good penalty kills, having to use it as much as Ken Pauly's had to do in the first period and a half.
You don't want to give them too many opportunities because the law of averages generally work out, but if you think about it, they're probably, I think, 46 or 47 out of 50-51, so they've only given up 3-4 power play goals against. That's pretty impressive.
Yep, and coming back out with it there, sent down. Marguerite going to give chase, but it's going to be Marguerite's going to go down 2 minutes for, they're going to say holding.
It's going to be a holding penalty, and it's Benilde moving their feet. And I think it was Stewart that was actually challenging that play, but it's going to be a holding penalty. That's going to balance the scales a little bit. 4-on-4 now for another minute and 18, barring another penalty, but really not what Holy Angels wanted. I think it was more of an incidental. It wasn't certainly something that he tried to do, but nonetheless, the reality is it's 4-on-4, and Benilde has a lot of speed up front.
Yeah, especially – but like you said, they have a number of players that they could throw out there, and Ken Pauly has. That's one thing you've noticed that in his time at any of the places where Ken Pauly's stopped is he's always had that super fast group of kids.
Well, indeed, he's got a lot of wealth of riches, but the other side of that is you have to manage those personalities as well. There's a lot of alphas in that room, and to keep a harmonious locker room is not an easy thing for a coach sometimes, but he's done an outstanding job, as Coach Griswold has as well.
You're trying to do a good job working around. Shots into the corner there. Sarzan took that shot.
That was a pretty good release, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, from that blue line, that's where, you talk about Ovechkin's home. That's Tristan Sarzan. How many times have we seen him bury those from that blue line like that?
Well, at least he gets the opportunities, but he's not shy about putting an offering on goal.
22 seconds left here. That play into the corner, picked up by Conley and on the opposite side behind the net now. Conley's going to stop.
12 seconds left on Callahan's penalty. Sorry, Johnny.
Stop and survey. Sharp angle shot up and out of play. And now we're down to 6. And it's been pretty quick.
Yeah, that was very rude of me. I didn't mean to talk over you, John, but I just know that, once Callahan gets out of the box, it's going to be in the neighborhood of 42 seconds of power play for the Red Knights, and that could be a very pivotal time for this Holy Angel Stars. So the penalty kill, once they get Callahan out of the box, the penalty kill is going to be the focus for this Stars team.
Yeah, and it's going to be, we'll see. And sometimes if you're confident enough in your team, which I would imagine Ken Pauly can show that, you may just see him tell him, hey, just float out if they're down here and in Lime Sand's end. Didn't matter because it was in transition, and now it's going to be sent down. And now we got 30 seconds left on the power play for the Red Knights here. They're struggling to get it out of their own end right now.
Well, I think they got a break. I thought they should have been called for perhaps a tripping penalty, but they got away with one. But you're right, they're bottled up right now.
And now coming back the other way here, Ellings into the corner. Now back behind the net, Callahan. 7 seconds. There's a sharp angle shot and saved by Severson.
Well, I know it was Ellings, a left-handed shot on the right side, had a pretty good angle just from the right dot, let one go. And there was Mortensen down in front. Even Callahan was down in that area too. So kind of a trying mode for the Holy Angel Stars. Just 4 seconds left on the penalty to Marguerite, and then he is back. But again, that's what Severson can do for this Holy Angels team is they're not perfect defensively. And when they have those breakdowns, they need their goaltender to make a save like Severson just made.
And I mean, you look at the scoreboard and you see that 4-0, 5-on-5. We go back to it. You see that 4-0 mark, and you look and you're like, well, that goal has got to be struggling. But you got to look at their scoring chances. They've all been grade A scoring chances for the Red Knights.
No, in fact, I think Severson's so far been their best player on their team so far. And to keep this at 4 where it is, it's still a manageable number. It's not easy to come back against Benilde St. Margaret's when they're leading, but he is at least giving them a chance.
That he is trying to work it around now, but it's turned over. Back behind the net is Severson. This is Lesnar now with it.
Oh, gloves got a little high from Sarsland. He's got to kind of watch that.
And
but he's so big. He's so big, and he towers over people that gloves are kind of in their face mask area. So, but he plays a very aggressive game. You know when Tristan Sarsland's on the ice, and if you have the puck, keep your head on the swivel. But face-off now to Severson's right. 7:33 left in the second period. Benilde up by 4 shots on goal. 24 for Benilde. Still 16 for Holy Angels. That number's got to grow.
Yeah, it's been another period like the first period. Second verse, same as first. They've been spending a lot of time down here on Severson's defensive end.
No question about it. And the challenge in front of the Holy Angels is getting that defensive pairing off the ice so they don't try to defend against Benilde with tired legs. It's tough enough to defend them, but to have tired legs or heavy feet, it even makes it more difficult. So get the puck down, get the defense off, but you'll see Severson hold on to the puck as much as possible just to give Coach Griswold a chance to put some fresh legs out there.
With it now, that's Marshall. And it's going to be Hermanson. Here's Hermanson with trying to go for it. Hermanson shot. Glove save there by Limesand.
Well, and that was a pretty good shot by Carter Hermanson, just about 1.5 foot glove side coming in racing from the top of the circle. I thought that it might have been Lervik that got away with one. He actually got in the stride of him. I thought it could have perhaps been an interference penalty. A good non-call. Hermanson put a good offering on, but Limesand, for not seeing a lot of action, made a pretty good save.
And I mean, that's one thing too that as a player you got to see a player like Hermanson fighting through.
Showed some pretty good speed.
And not showing any quit yet. That's got to feed down to everybody else now.
And that's where the new addition of the new culture comes in, fighting through the checks, making plays, winning the battle, so to speak. But Hermanson had the determination and the wherewithal to get that shot on goal. Ooh, that was a good save.
Nice save on the Tristan Sarsland shot. That puck's going to be cleared down. And an icing with 6:27 to go.
And, again, the defense are not winded, so you don't want to just send the puck down the ice to regroup, but it does allow Coach Griswold to put some fresh forwards out of the ice. But with the success that Benilde St. Margaret's has had in the faceoff dots tonight, you don't want to tempt fate too many times.
It's going to be Welsh, Blitz, and Klein. That sounds like that would be a good, band or a law firm or something,
Stills, Nash, and Young. But Blitz, what a great name. Ooh, Mortensen, pretty good hands to even get a stick on that puck in traffic.
Medals in front of the net. They're letting them play now.
Well, I thought they'd try that for a change.
Klein with it. Through the neutral zone. Goes to Blitz. Now to Welsh. There's a shot just wide of the mark. Bartfield. Right there into the corner-ish area, picked up by Bassan, and now the Red Knights on the opposite side as they try to clear it out. Player falls down. Bassan able to get it still. Absorbs that check. Bassan trying to centering pass, no one home. And goes up and out to Thompson. Far side there to Callahan. And it's still going to be picked up now by Bassan. Now, nice centering pass there. Just not able to get it crisp on that stick like that would have been a grade A scoring chance again.
It would have been, but again, I like the positioning of the Stars team. They're contesting. They're in the right spots anyway. It's just Benilde making some good plays.
Mike in with it. He couldn't get it over there, giving chase his blitz, but it's going to be the Red Knights winning it there. And nice save there by Severson again.
Well, again, Severson's made a lot of big body saves. He comes out, squares up to the shooter, and then receives that puck, an area rebound. I think that's very important. Benilde is very, very good at second chance opportunities and putting them in. And if you can eliminate them, make that first save, and just live for the faceoff, I think you're in pretty good shape. Just 3 ticks under 5 minutes remaining in the second period.
And it's going to be a faceoff, going to be won by the Red Knights. With it is Callahan now. He loses it in to the Dashers. Now trying to go back behind the net is Johnson. He picks it up and gets it out.
Confidence.
And a nice save by Lime Sand. And at the end of the period, I want you to think about this for a while, so I'll give you some time to think. A win here for Benilde, where would you think that puts them in the landscape of this section?
Well, I think...
I want you to think about that.
I will. I'll have to think about that. Padilla with a pretty nice offering from a shallow angle. Limestone, good save, face off to his right.
Face off going to be won by the Red Knights again. This time it's Thompson. And now it's going to be Lesnar. No relation to Brock Lesnar.
How do you know that? Do you? Didn't mean to call you that one. But
well, I mean, I don't see him in the stands.
Okay,
so.
Fair enough. But the funny thing is Pete says that all the time, no relation to it. It's just like, are you sure? It's just like, well, no, I just always say that.
But, I mean, he is a wrestler, so who knows if Brock Lesnar's his actual name.
That could be, well, true. Yeah, it could be a stage name.
Back the other way it goes to Risto. Trying to get it out, but able to keep it in. There's Sarza. He's going to skate through the middle. Loses it. Right there. Callahan shot and a save by Severson. Another big body save.
See, and that worries me just a little bit, and I don't blame Johnson for Holy Angels. You turn, you try to clear the zone. That's what 99 times out of 100 you try to do, but that just shows that you're kind of playing a little bit excited because Benilde's starting to kind of get into the area. They close time and space so quickly. He just wanted to clear the zone. Sometimes you have a moment. You can take a moment, take a pause. Easier said than done when you're out on the ice and things are happening quickly, especially against Benilde.
That it is. Well, against any team, really, when you get caught up in the moment like that. But all the way down, picked up by Reed. And Callahan, now he can't clear the zone. As Holy Angels keeps it alive. Schaefer sends a guy down. Physicality's definitely picked up here in the second period, I can tell you that much.
Oh, well, I love the will and the battle of this Holy Angel Stars team. They're at least mucking it up, going toe-to-toe.
They're trying to show that they belong in this category of those 11-4 teams, and talking about, there's a big hit there. Stewart. Severson was ready to try to make a spectacular save, but his defense had his back.
Well, indeed, and Conley, I think, wants that one back, too. I think that puck danced him just a little bit because Asher can finish plays. He just, the puck didn't cooperate with him on that one, but vulnerable moment for the Stars. They survived.
Here's Sarsland. He's going to skate through.
I told you, he'd go 1-on-4. He's not shy.
Nope. He's not trying to go 1-on-4 and knock a couple people over either.
He's not small either, by the way.
There's a big hit. They're letting them play here in the second.
Well, they are. It's kind of a contrast from the way it was in the first period. But look at wholesale changes for the Holy Angel Stars. They took the right opportunity to change and get some fresh legs out there. 1:45 left in the second period.
Sarsland plays it over with Lervik. Lesnar intercepts. Right through her. That's Marguerite. He fanned on it a little bit. You'd like to have that one back.
Well, I will say, I said Severson was their most valuable player. I think Marguerite's turned in a fabulous game tonight so far.
He's done some of that stuff that you talk about some of those Benil players go. Not everything he does is going to show up on that score sheet.
Oh, by all means, no, but he's doing a little bit of everything. I mean, the hits, the shots, the defending. He's really come to play tonight. Very noticeable, very conspicuous.
At the line, there's Callahan, not able to get it out. Now they will. 1 minute to go here in the second. It's Thompson. Ben Thompson through. Is just going to take it and go into the corner, wrap it around. Is that Bassan over there, number 8?
And Coach Pauly shuffled his lines a little bit. Normally it's Marshall, Bassan, and Asher Conley. Ooh, there's a Holy Angel Stars player down. Don't want to speculate.
It needs to get that trainer out there right away. And the players immediately calling for that trainer. And
well, I'd love to give you some background as far as what happened. Didn't see it. It said the angle wasn't great on that.
well, the only thing that was concerning to me with that whole thing was the players yelling for the trainer right away, saying he's shaking.
Well, okay. I hate to speculate on this. Extremities are moving. He's getting the proper attention, so hopefully maybe just a stinger or got the wind knocked out of him or something. But we'll keep you apprised as soon as any information is available. Sitting up, that's always usually a good sign. They're going to help him up, too.
So it was good to see their player getting up like that, though.
It looks like he's either shoulder or holding an arm or something like that. Obvious discomfort, but we hope only the best. And that's going to be Welch.
All right, we obviously hope all the best for Ryan Welsh that he's not.
Well, there are some soft spots on the arm, and it looks like he might have taken a stick or something to the forearm. But it could certainly be something that we shouldn't speculate on, but hopefully we'll see him back to join his teammates.
Well, there's a trip, and they're going to get that one.
Boy, both referees went on that one. That was he drew the proper attention, didn't oversell it, but just 20 seconds left. Now it's going to be a power play for Holy Angels. So, that's what happens when you move your feet. You cause some stress to the other team. Sometimes they start reaching and that kind of thing, and these kind of good things can happen. But really a golden opportunity. It's going to be Jonah Mortensen that's going to go to the box for Benilde. But really a great opportunity for this Holy Angel Stars team. But it all starts in the face-off dot. Very important face-off. Emphasis on Benilde St. Margaret's.
And into the corner, face-off won by the Red Knights.
Got to play to the buzzer.
And back down is Wallstrom into the corner. 5 seconds left now in this period. And it's going to be 4-0 at the end of the second.
Well, that period was pretty much all the Red Knights. 19 shots on goal for Holy Angels, 29 for this Red Knight team. But the nice part about it is Holy Angels can start with 1 minute 41 seconds left on the penalty to Jonah Mortensen, so that again they can start a period on the power play. That's not a bad way to start a period with a man advantage, but you still have to get possession, and that's been kind of the challenge ahead of Holy Angels, is just maintaining possession and having continuity from line to line to line. That's one thing that Benilde St. Margaret's can do, is they can continue the momentum from line to line to line, and that's has kind of eluded Holy Angels so far in this game. It's not from lack of effort. This Holy Angels team is working hard. They're doing all the things they need to do. They just haven't solved the Carson Limestone riddle yet.
No, but they've had their chances, though.
Well, they could always use more. One thing about Limestone is the more chances you get, the more opportunity you're gonna get to score. But we've watched Edina put a 6-spot up in the second period against this Benilde team, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. But it's just getting into that mindset where you can make something positive happen, and I think that's something that Coach Griswold and the coaching staff is going to have to get their kids focused on. Shouldn't be that hard.
All right, we'll take a break, and then we'll get that question that I asked Bart earlier. We'll get his take on that on the other side as we get ready to start the third period of action. All right, welcome back inside the Richfield Ice Arena. And Bart, the question I posed to you earlier, kind of, now that we've had some time to think about it, it's kind of just obviously it's all, doesn't really matter what we all think, but it's getting towards the end of their section playoffs. You got to think that this Benil team is probably one of the favorites to come out of that section.
Well, they were in the beginning of the year. They were in the middle of the year, and there's no reason just because they hit a couple-game skid to take them out of the conversation. But, again, it's good water cooler fodder to kind of speculate as far as the seedings. But they have a challenge this year. It's been a little bit of a convoluted year, but you look at Section 6, and Cretin-Durham Hall 14-1, averaging 6 goals a game, allowing maybe a goal and a half a game. That's pretty impressive. Again, everybody will say, well, what about the schedule they play? Well, it's a schedule that's in front of them, and they've won 14 to 15 games. That's pretty impressive. But if you look at Edina beat Benilde St. Margaret's. You look at Wayzata in the section as well. So they're, it's kind of up for grabs, but it's hard to dispel a 14-1 record when the next best could be potentially 12-4 at this time. So I really think that if it goes the way I think it will, which I'm not saying it will, it never has before, but I think Cretin-Durham Hall would probably constitute the number 1 seed, and then from then it gets a little bit muddy. But I think Benilde St. Margaret's probably warrants the number 2 seed, and then Edina Wayzata. What do you do?
You do 3-4. You could go. I think any combination of those top 4. There's at least. I haven't seen Cretin play very much, so obviously I don't know much about them, but you got to figure out of that whole group, at least from what we have seen ourselves, is there's 3 really strong contenders to knock off that Cretin team, and that's the Benilde, Edina, and Wayzata.
But again, it kind of mimics what Holy Angels is going through. They had some primaries. Maddie Gleason last year was as good as anybody in high school hockey. But a lot of times you just kind of the second and third and support lines just kind of mind their business and get through till they can get Gleason back out. Well, now everybody's playing. Everybody's contributing. Everybody's invested. It changes the complexion of how your team goes about their business. So far, it's been a pretty impressive run by Cretin-Durham Hall. We still have some hockey to be played, but I think Holy Angels is in the mix, probably maybe a lower middle seed, but that doesn't mean they can't do some damage in sections. That's one game and done. Yep. Anything can happen. That's part of the fun of it. Here we go, period 3. And St. Margaret's up 4-zip.
Face off 1. Bartfield back to pick it up now to Marguerite. And now back the other way, Grant Ellings with it. There's wrapped around now. Comes right back out here to Schaefer. Marguerite. Still on the power play here. Is Holy Angels end down. One kind of thing to pass out, and we wish to kind of send happy thoughts and good thoughts his way is Ryan Welsh. We saw him able to at least get up and walk out of the stadium. The Holy Angels crowd giving him a standing ovation as he walked out. He won't be returning tonight, though.
Well, no, but it's not the ovation that he wanted, but it is a nice gesture by the fans. But just 40 seconds left in Benilde St. Margaret's Jonah Mortenson's penalty. But really, it's been Benilde St. Margaret's has done a good job of keeping everything to periphery and really limiting the opportunities for the Stars on the power play. But Welsh was playing a very inspired game, so you hate to see anybody miss being able to go to battle with his buddies and such. But it is hockey; it's a contact sport, and these things happen. So it's next man up. And I'm sure Coach Griswold will put the right person in the right spot, but they have to move on, pick up their teammate, and try to get the win tonight. They're 4 good shots away, 15:53, 33 seconds left on the Mortensen penalty, so they still have time. They just have to get rolling here pretty quick.
And I was more of on the goalie side of hockey, and it's
so
a little different.
Right?
It was a little different mentality when you're a goalie, when you see a teammate go down, because you're not out there necessarily with them all the time, but it's one of those where now we got to play for our fallen brother kind of mentalities too. You got to have.
No, absolutely, and that's part of the family of hockey, and it's a unique dynamic, so to speak. Not saying in other sports it doesn't happen, but hockey it just seems a little bit more pronounced, a little more emotion in the game of hockey. I always thought.
And it's going to go down for an icing here. Well, 15-14 left.
And these are the opportunities they're going to have to take particular care to make something happen. Not a lot of penalties in the offensive zone for Holy Angels, so it all comes down to the face-off dot, and I think it's going to be Hermanson that's going to take this draw And I believe it's going to be Noah Hermanson in the faceoff dot against Marshall. But they won this one.
Shot in the glove save.
See, that's what can happen if you can win that faceoff. It was Noah that got that, or Carter that got that shot on goal. Good shot through traffic.
Gotta love the atmosphere here, though. With got that Holy Angels students standing right behind the net, giving the Benilde players the business. You gotta love that's only in high school hockey do you get that.
That's part of the charm. Too bad we can't have more of that, right?
I know, right? It'd be nice to see this place full on a Monday night.
It's a great venue.
There's a couple of chances. Oh, there's a centering pass right there, but another one in. Shot, save, rebound into the corner. Severson, a couple big saves there. But, it just, some of those rivalries with Edina and Minnetonka and Edina and Eden Prairie, when you go to Braemar and it's 99% empty, there's a shot just wide of just off the mark there.
Well,
that would normally
drag.
be full.
That was a nice drag by Hermanson on that one. Really created some opportunities. But you're right. I mean, there's so many nice venues. Even going to Pagel and watching Eden Prairie against Minnetonka, there's always a little bit of intensity whenever the teams get together. It's part of the fun of high school.
Yeah, and you look ahead at the schedule though, like tomorrow.
Oh,
right, way up in the head. No arm up in the air that time.
But again, that's Sarsland. Sarsland's a long drink of water, and you can't coach proximity, so to speak. So maybe got a little aggressive.
Klein's
no
gonna
call.
Klein's gonna try to clear it out. They will. But you look at, just imagine that atmosphere at Maple Grove tomorrow. If it was a non-weird year with Lakeville South and Maple Grove, how packed that place would be.
Well, indeed, and that's kind of the shame of it, but I think it's going to be a good test for Maple Grove. Also a good test for South.
Nice block there.
That was a good eat. But the thing about Lakeville South, it's either Lakeville South or Lakeville North generally, but it's South turn to make a run, and they have a good squad down there. But going into Maple Grove Community Center is not an easy place to play against a very high-flying Maple Grove team. They can score goals in bunches.
I would say if there's any a chance for a road team to upset Maple Grove, it would be this type of year where they're not allowing a full house.
Well, and that could very well be. Obviously, they do get energy from the stands, but not only that, but, and I'm not trying to pick on Maple Grove. I have tremendous respect for the Crimson, but their schedule has been kind of hit and miss. They have had some challenges as far as Andover and such, but I think it'd be a good test to really find out where they are in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, everybody knows that they can play, but, go against some good competition and let's see what they can really do. And I don't think they're going to let anybody down. They're too talented.
Yes, that they are. And we get back here, you talk about another team as Callahan sends that puck over there to Guerin, who sends it back down. You look at this Red Knights team; they haven't had a easy test either. Even within their conference, you look at the Metro West and how much that has improved over the years.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the thing about it is you want to face some stress. You want to put your team under duress to be able to handle it, to get success doing it. That way, when it happens again, they don't get freaked out. So I like the duress in some of the schedules. Play the good competition. That's why Edina always plays good when it comes down to sections, because they play one of the toughest schedules in high school hockey. So adversity or adverse conditions don't excite them too much. They don't lose their structure. They don't lose their game.
Yep, and that's why you looked for the longest time when you would see that section. I believe it's 6, not to get confused with 2,
right,
which is the other one that we always seem to cover. But it's always Edina, Benilde, Wayzata, because they're playing the toughest schedules in that section.
Right, and I've heard Wayzata might have one of the better teams that Coach O'Leary's had in his tenure as a coach.
Shot, score! Right there it is. That could be a momentum swing right there, potentially, as he lights the lamp. Who was it? Was that Schaefer? It was.
Yeah, that was Schaefer. In fact, that was a good shot. I think it was just it eluded Carson Limesand. I thought he had pretty good positioning. I think it snuck between his arm and his chest protector, but nonetheless, it's a line drive in the box score. If you're a Stars fan, 11:57, still plenty of time. Now it's 4-1, so a 3-goal lead by Benilde, but chip away. They just have to get another one here pretty quick, because not only do they not want to just battle Benilde St. Margaret's, but when the clock becomes an issue, then the task gets a little bit more daunting as well.
And it does, and going back there. And, I mean, to kind of reiterate, I've done a couple of Wayzata games, and Coach O'Leary has said that this is the most fun team that he's had the privilege of coaching in his time there. So that he's like, it's just easy to go to practice every day.
If the coach is having fun, then the kids are probably having some fun as well.
Oh yeah.
But he's a very good coach. But they've always had good defense, good goaltending. Now I think they have a little bit more balance offensively, so more difficult to defend against.
And they do here, coming back the other way. The guy that just lit the lamp, Schaefer, plays it up to the neutral zone. Now it's played in by Conley. Back the other way go the Red Knights, and there's a blocked shot.
That's a good eat by Lesnar.
And offsides is the call with 10:58 to go. When you start looking here, Bart, now you start trying to play that, 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead. You got to start not really looking at that if you're a Holy Angels star player and take it as a 0-0 game.
No, you have to go shift by shift, possession by possession. But one thing I liked about Benilde St. Margaret's is after they got scored on, it didn't phase them. It didn't really affect them either way. And that's what happens with good teams. They just roll up their sleeves and get back to work. And they had a pretty good response, put some pressure on, forced Severson to make some saves. But that's what good teams can do.
And right there was Peter Gertson. Just kind of letting Severson know that he's out there right now. Skated right in front of him, kind of tapped his glove when he covered it up.
Well, I'm sure Matthew Severson's very well aware of who's out there. Doesn't hurt to give a refresher, though, right?
Exactly. Trying to clear it out. On the blue line it stays. And that went up and out of play as well. 10:25 to go here. 4-1 now. New score.
Well, it seemed to at least got the onus off the monkey off the back, so to speak, for this Holy Angels team. But again, it's just negotiating your zone, getting it into the neutral zone with some possession, and that's where Benilde's been very effective, is through this neutral zone. They really haven't give Holy Angels possession with any speed, at least with any consistency throughout this game. So they played a pretty sound defensive game, along with putting a 4 spot on the board.
And here's a chance 3-on-2 if they can hurry. But, I mean, you look now that they've got that goal, you look, Holy Angels is starting to play a little bit more with the pep in their step now that they got that 0 off the board.
A little more purpose. Well, they finally got rewarded for all their hard work. It's tough to work your tail off and not get anything to show for it. Now they got something to show for, something to build on.
Drum picked up by the Red Knights here, right out in front of us. The puck goes to the far side. Right there, still in the neutral zone to Johnson.
You got to get it deep.
Lesnar sends it deep. Not deep enough, though. And back comes Callahan with it for the Red Knights.
I think he got the first down. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Oh, that was aggressive.
Player goes down again.
Wow.
Coach Griswold wants a penalty there, and so does the Stars faithful. Right, nice save by Severson. Stacking that leg up. Another big save, and now he's going to finally glove it up.
Well, and this is where I can see some vulnerabilities to Holy Angels as far as protecting your goaltender and blocking out. You have to keep those sticks from getting those second chance opportunities, but another great sequence of saves by Severson to keep it where it is. 9 minutes, 11 seconds left in this third period. 4-1 Benilde, but they are challenging. They are knocking at the door, but Severson closed that door on that opportunity. So nice job by the Holy Angel Stars goaltender.
I will say, though, getting a goal when you've given up a few and seen your team go down and score one for you, you can also have that extra pep in the step between the pipes after struggling a little bit.
Well, I think it refocuses everybody, and I don't think it really matters. As long as you wear that jersey, it's going to get your attention.
Here's Schaefer with it. Nice shot there. Ooh, another.
A little follow-up.
Yep, another. It's kind of bouncing on him a little bit, but still, he was just that smart wherewithal there to play it like that. There's another opportunity on the front line. Sand covers it up finally.
Well, and that's a great effort by the Holy Angel Stars to not only put pressure on initially, but to sustain that pressure and force Limesand to make some saves. The difference is once Limesand made that save, it was Holy Angel or the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights that blocked out and allowed their goaltender to cover that puck. That's something that Holy Angels is going to have to do a little bit better in their own zone But good sequence by Holy Angel Stars, encouraging. 8:32 left in the third period.
So this is one thing that always drives me crazy about face-offs in high schools. The ref tells the guys that he sees kind of cheat up a little bit.
Sure.
Then he says, get back, and then as soon as he turns his back, what do they do? Cheat right back up again?
He just wants to let him know he's watching him. Yeah, it happens. It happens in the pros. It happens at all levels.
Yo.
Could throw a delay a game out there. You know, that would get their attention, right? Ooh, that's a good move by Bartfield right there.
Bartfield gets it up there to Hermanson. This one is Carter Hermanson.
Well, he's doing a great job because he didn't have support as they went for a line change. So just keeping that puck down in that zone, allowing his teammates to come and support was a big play. Another non-box score play.
Garcia. And I don't know if you can necessarily call that routine, but a nice glove save there by Limestone.
No, it was a line drive up the middle, but he speared it. But Garcia, I think, wanted to get – I think he got a little more altitude on that one. He had good velocity on that one, but it was a pretty easy save for Limestone. Limestone's very good with the glove hand, and he showed a reason why.
Lesnar to Garcia. Again, now blitz with it. And it's blitz.
Holding. It's going to be Sarsland holding. He took his hand off the stick and wrapped him up.
And a penalty there. Is that?
That's a good call. And I hate to say it because Sarsland's really a player that I so much enjoy watching when he's out on the ice, but he's been kind of flagged with a couple penalties. But a great opportunity right now. Obviously down 3 goals, 7:30. So time is now the enemy of this Holy Angel Stars team. But again, on the power play, if they can convert a power play opportunity here, that will change the complexion. But it's up to the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights in their 93% penalty kill to pick up their teammate and kill this one off. Shots on goal 33 for Benilde. 26 now for Holy Angels. So Holy Angels, that number is starting to grow. They'd like it to grow a little bit more during this opportunity. Oh, Marshall's got some wheels.
Marshall's doing the right thing. They're not trying to. Sometimes you'll see a player kind of take it in a little bit more, then backtrack instead of trying to go necessarily for the goal to kill some time off.
Well, he's a good player. Smart.
Bisson. Back pass, no one home. Now the Stars pick it up. Out. They are going to work it. Schaefer. Hermanson.
Boy, Bisson, nice job of coming back and covering that play. Really took that opportunity away from him.
Bisson again. He's really starting to show up now. And a penalty there going against Holy Angels.
Well, I got a little aggressive on that one, and that one's going to be Noah Hermanson. Took Bisson into the boards pretty hard, and Bisson went down, and then I think it was the extra shot that he gave when he was down is what they flagged him for, but that's going to negate the power play. It's going to be back to 4-on-4 for another minute and 12 with the penalty to Sarsland, so it's going to be a lot of room out there, a lot of speed on both sides, and it's Klein and Padilla that's going to be the frontliners for the Holy Angel Stars, and it's going to be Stewart and Asher Conley up front for the Red Knights. Pretty good speed out there.
I mean, one thing, and we know Coach Pauly from doing his games, that's one thing that he's definitely going to have his team is there's a shot in there by Thompson and a save by Severson is just you got to stay out of the box.
Yeah. Well, that's it's not a problem just for Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights. There's a problem throughout high school hockey with the coaches thinking their players are taking too many penalties. It shows engagement, but some of the penalties you kind of scratch your head as they're not necessary. But I think it's more than just Coach Pauly's challenge. But, yes, it is one of his challenges as well. Edina has the same challenge every once in a while.
Klein. Nice pass up to Garcia. Oh. No, that's not Garcia. That's Padilla. Padilla. Thought I saw one there in front of the 5, but it was Padilla.
Now you're being creative, John. Oh,
that's going to be a big hit.
That was not. Okay. It looked like he caught an edge, but maybe not. He's going to the box right now, but as long as Asher Conley gets up and he's okay, that's the most important part of this. But Klein is not a dirty player in any way, shape, or form. So it's good to see Asher Conley getting back up, but kind of an early moment.
They're talking about this one here.
Yeah, that when the referees get together, that means they're either talking about a major penalty or they're talking about a minor penalty. But as long as they take the time, get together as a committee and make the proper call. But it was an effort play. It wasn't malicious in that respect, but it looked pretty owly for a little while. But Asher Conley looks no worse for the
5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. It's kind of hard to argue about that, but we're 6:06 remaining. Now it's going to be an advantage. So it's going to be a 4-on-3. So the challenge is even steeper for the Stars to get through this right now. But there are 3 forwards and 1 defense is what Coach Pauley's going. So he's going to put the boot on the proverbial.
There's a shot high off the glass. Off that glass to Arden Marshall. It's going to be sent down. Limesand going to go skate over. He's calling his players to come get it. Callahan's going to go behind the net and pick it up for the Red Knights. Now it's over to Stewart. Mortensen now working it around with Callahan as it skirts out to the neutral zone. And now they're going to just a nice little some tape-to-tape passing here. Drew Stewart had it poked off his stick. Back now on a power play.
Stewart blew it tired. He couldn't get back outside, so he did well.
Good effort, though. Now it's going to be 36 seconds of a power play.
Oh.
Or 5-on-3, I should say.
I think Mortensen wants that one back. I think he had Severson looking the other way. Oh, that was a good save.
Nice save by Severson off of Adam Marshall.
Really good side-to-side on that one, and it was Marshall that took that shot, and he's no stranger to scoring, but I think it was Stewart that put that puck right on the stick. But really impressive side-to-side by Severson to track that puck, hang on to it. Just 5:07 left in regulation time. Benilde St. Margaret's up by 3, and they have a 2-man advantage.
Benilde's going to take a timeout here.
Well, again, I don't view that. A lot of people look at it and say, why are you doing that? You're up by 3 goals with a 5-on-3 advantage. You want your kids to play the right way. If it's a coaching moment, you take the timeout, you regroup. But I just think that, to me, it shows respect to Holy Angels saying that this game is certainly not over. We're not going to treat it as if we're over. But just getting the kids refocused back again. And it gives Coach Griswold a chance to kind of settle his kids down, maybe give his primary penalty killers a chance to rest a little bit. But if you're Holy Angels, if you see an opportunity, you have to go ahead and take that opportunity, whether you lose by 3 goals, 4 goals, or 5 goals. You still want to chip away at that. Even when you're man down, if you see an opportunity to bring the puck up the ice and force them to make a play, you try to do it. But you have to be smart about it.
And here's the thing, though, too. I say, if you're Benilde, why not take the time out there? Kind of cool things off
Absolutely.
a little bit. You just saw one of your players got hit a little bit hard into the boards. You don't want any frustration to boil over, and there's another stupid penalty happening.
No, and I agree with that, John. I think one of the biggest challenges coaches have at this level is just governing discipline of emotions and such, because emotions can run amok, especially at this age. So not a bad idea to just settle them down, get them back and refocus. But I think that it's going to be a very inspired Benilde team that comes out from this face-off dot. But it's up to Holy Angels to match that intensity and maybe up at 1.
Sarsland was up.
That's a good win.
Was up there, ready for a shot as a D, kind of on that faceoff, playing that wing spot on that faceoff. So, like we said, there's a versatility of Tristan Sarsland, especially on the power play.
Wow, Holy Angels very aggressive as far as they're going after it.
Marshall and Severson again. Easy cover up there for Severson.
Well, what most people do when Marshall comes down the ice, he has a good head of speed and he's got some good soft hands, is they focus on the puck. What I think Bartfield did on that one was he played the man. The appropriate thing, puck skidded through, allowed his goaltender to cover that up and get some fresh line changes. Just 2 seconds left on the penalty to Noah Hermanson, and then he's back, and then it's 5-on-4.
And it's going to be power play now for 3:33 for the Red Knights as Hermanson returns to the ice. And now Sarsland to Stewart. Shot just wide of the mark there. Picked up, though, off of the boards by Marshall. Nice read there by Noah Hermanson.
It's a good stick.
Him and his, I believe, are they brothers or are they cousins?
They're twins, man. They're
hey,
identical.
Sometimes they have the last name and it's
no,
cousins.
I hear you.
So.
But even the coach apparently has trouble sometimes picking them apart, so he tells them to put their jerseys on right away so he knows who he's talking to. I'm kidding. But they really have given great effort to the Stars program over the years.
And they both are really strong with their stick play and stick work. There's a shot wide of the mark, and we've seen it a few times where they both have had good passing and good stick plays that have led to something.
Well, they're athletic.
Fanned on there by Marshall. I believe they both play soccer for the soccer team here at Holy Angels.
They do, and quite well as well. Oh. Boy, they've closed the zone off. Holy Angels can't get the puck out of their zone.
Good job there. Now they do. All the way down. I don't know. Maybe they play a spring sport too, but I know there's a good, like you said, they're good soccer players here at Holy Angels.
Well, and that explains pretty good footwork as well. In fact, back in my day, that's what the sport was in the summer, was soccer, just because of the footwork. Now they have lacrosse and soccer, so there's other options that weren't available when I was a youngster.
And
many moons ago.
You would imagine they are pretty well conditioned too, with having to play soccer that back and forth all the time, constant running.
Yeah. Now you know why I didn't want to ever play. That's a lot of work.
I didn't want to play soccer either. There's a shot in.
Severson. You got to block him out, boys.
It's in. It's a goal.
Well, the goaltender's responsibility is to make the first save, and then it's up to the defenseman to clear out. But Benilde St. Margaret's just overwhelmed them with numbers. And I don't know if it's going to be Asher Conley or if it's going to be Ellings or Mikan or Sarsland.
Just a number of people crashing the
or
net
Thompson. One of those five scored that goal, but there was a lot of activity down in front. You have to feel for Matthew Severson, the goaltender for Holy Angels. He's really turned in a fine performance. 37 shots against. He's given up a 5 spot. In most cases, you look at that and say the goaltender had an off night. He's actually been very, very good tonight. But still 134 left on the penalty decline for Holy Angels. So, Benilde can finish this almost on the power play. But they're still hungry. They're not going to quit until the final buzzer.
Pick any one of the red wave that were going in right there to finish that play. It was a handful of guys down there. It is Conley. The shot safe there.
Well, actually, that was Jackson Bassan that took that shot from the right circle. I think he wants that one back. I think that kind of rolled off his stick a little bit. He was trying to go high cheese on the short side, but hit him right in the crest. And Severson, as he's done all night, held onto that puck, nary a rebound. Just 1:11 left in the penalty decline, 2:17 left in regulation.
And now back out with it, Sarsland. Stewart shot blocked. And it's going to go down. Lime Sand saying, I'm not going to play it. Leaves it off there for Sarsland to pick up. Nice pass by Stewart over here to trying to go to Mortensen there. Back behind now, picked up by the Red Knights still in the neutral zone. Stewart. Just that skill of Drew Stewart. He's done a lot of things that you haven't really seen on the score sheet today, too.
No, he just gets it. He's got great hockey sense, but he's got very active feet, and he's very difficult to contain. Oh, that was a headsy play by Noah Hermanson on that one to cut that passing lane off.
There he coming back to play here.
Sarsland 1-on-4 again.
Yeah, he's like you said, he's not afraid to do it, and he does it very well sometimes too.
No, he's a smart player. He picks the spots. Not always, but now we're back to 5-on-5, and his Klein is released.
That's score right there. Who is none other Tristan Sarsland?
He might have the Gordie Howe hat trick tonight almost. But no, it was just a blast from the top of the right circle. I don't think Severson really had a chance to set up and square up to the shooter. It was just a kind of a bang-bang play, just one tick over, a minute remaining in this one. Now it's 6-1. I think, the score might be indicative of the way this game is played, but I think Holy Angels has played a little tighter than a 6-1 score would indicate. Holy Angels did a lot of good things tonight, and effort was there. Just a couple little things I'm sure the coaching staff is going to talk to them about. It's just a couple things to clean up, but this Holy Angels team might be a scrappy bunch that not a lot of teams are going to line up for and want to play in sections.
Yeah, I would not want to play them if Holy Angels has another shot at Benilde. I definitely don't think it would be 6-1.
No, neither do I. But again, this Benilde St. Margaret team, if you're a Red Knight faithful, you have to feel pretty good about the way your kids responded tonight. They've gone through some trying times in the last couple of weeks. They played some good competition, but this has been a pretty good game. Has it been perfect? No, but they're trending the right direction.
And a penalty down as Klein goes down. But I'd like to thank everyone so far tuning in to MN Hockey TV tonight and every night.
Absolutely. We certainly appreciate it. This is the reason why we come out and do this.
But plenty of hockey action again tomorrow. I'll be right back here for Holy Angel, or not Holy Angel, Southwest Christian, Richfield, and Brack. And there's a handful of other big games, too, out there. But
Well, I have to admit, this is one of my favorite venues to call a game from. You're right on top of the action. There's no bad sidelines except for right here. But but no, it's just it's a fun venue, and I love the rink, too. I've been coming here since Moby Dick was a minnow.
old school feel to it.
Yeah, indeed it does.
With the all wood.
Boy, there were some great Richfield teams back in my day, too. They used to be a powerhouse.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Davos Arena, where the Spangler Cup is played over there in Switzerland with the wood.
Yeah.
Wood everywhere.
Absolutely.
And that's going to do it. Final score here tonight, 6-1 Benilde.
Well, it was a good showing by the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights. This is not an easy place to come in and play. But right out of the get-go, getting up 3-0 in the first period was really kind of what Ken Pauley wanted. But he kind of got into his players a little bit. Even up 3-0, they still didn't play perfect. So a good coach will identify what needs to be done and coach in those moments. But I think if you're Coach Griswold, you have to feel pretty good overall as far as the effort. And as we said, giving up a 6 spot to a pretty good team is not the end of the world. Whether you lose 2-1 or 6-1, it doesn't matter. A loss is a loss. I'm sure they're going to take it to heart a little bit, work on some things, and come out swinging next game they play. But I thought it was a pretty good exhibition of effort in high school hockey. I enjoyed it. It was good calling the game with you, John.
It was fun having you alongside here, Bart. And for Bart Archer, Todd Grover, this is John Sands going to sign off, saying once again, final score here tonight. Benilde St. Margaret 6, Academy of Holy Angels 1. Good night, everybody.